You are watching a Famicast video review of versus Super Mario Bros. For the Nintendo Switch. Hi, I'm Danny Bivens, and this is my review for versus Super Mario Bros. On the Nintendo Switch. Get your classic Mario fix outside of the 2D segments of Super Mario Odyssey. Hamster's release of versus Super Mario Bros. Will immediately feel familiar to fans of the original Super Mario Bros. Although many gamers know the ins and outs of Super Mario Bros. Like the back of their hands, this re-release from the arcade brings several new challenges and changes that make this game fresh. There are fewer warp zones, fewer extra lives, ridiculously long jumps that weren't there before, and just some general changes to some of the stages. In some cases, in the latter part of the game, levels from the original are replaced with levels from Super Mario Bros. 2, Lost Levels. Check your local Wikipedia for more info on that. The game modes here include the original game, Caravan mode, basically a 5-minute score attack mode, and high score mode, where you try to get as many points as you can on one life. One thing to note with both the Caravan and high score modes is that pausing the game and going to the menu screen, if you do that, you're not able to resume the game from where you're playing. I'm not sure of the exact reason, but it's probably to prevent people from cheating or perhaps to stay true to the arcade roots. Regardless, these additional modes might not seem like much, but Hamster offers more here than what Nintendo typically does in Virtual Console releases. The initial video settings in versus Super Mario Bros. Don't do the game any favors. It's kind of a blurry mess. This seems to be intentional though, as the screen filter is set automatically to on when you boot up the game for the first time. There are 10 different filters, each of which offering a varying degree of scan lines and brightness settings. However, I've found that turning this feature completely off makes the visuals notably sharper and crisp. There are other display and control options available as well. For players that aren't keen on playing the game in the 4x3 mode, they can adjust the display settings to fit their widescreen TVs, and at the same time horribly stretching out the game unnaturally, but hey, whatever. Players are also able to completely modify the control setup here too, which is great. Now, despite the gameplay being great and there's, a whole bevy of customization, one thing that bothered me about the game was that the colors seem to be a bit off. And this is particularly noticeable when you see Fire Mario, who has a bit of a yellowish tint. Now this is, of course, due to arcade machines being able to display a wider range of colors than the NES ever could, but almost everything else really seems fine. But it's just that particular thing, with the Fire Mario being kind of yellow, that's one thing that kind of stood out to me. So, versus Super Mario Bros., it's a welcome addition to the Switch library. While the Switch may not have classic games directly from Nintendo yet, Hamster did a bang-up job bringing this obscure title back into the limelight. Visual nitpick aside, if you're itching for some classic Mario platforming that offers a little extra, you can't go wrong here. I give versus Super Mario Bros. An 8 out of 10.